In this video, I'll be reviewing these two products that has been kindly sent to me by a company called Nearstream. Now this is the Nearstream AM25X and this is the Nearstream AMIX40U. Now these products are primarily made for content creation, live streaming and even musicians. But I'm particularly interested in the AMIX40U because as a lifestyle engineer, this has like lots of application in lifestyle engineering that we'll get to later in this video. So let's jump right into the video. The Nearstream AM25X is a USB and XLR condenser microphone. So you can use a USB cable, USB-C cable, like I've done here, and get sound from this microphone directly into your computer or your mobile phone without doing anything else. Or if you're interested in using your own audio interface or preamp, then you can use the XLR connector and connect this microphone to your preamp or audio interface. And that's it. The microphone has got a super cardioid pickup pattern, which simply means it picks up sound primarily from the front and then rejects sound somewhat from the side and from the back. Now, this microphone has got some few features which I find really interesting, like a knob here. It's got two buttons, it's got this LED that does a few things which we'll get into in a bit. But before that, all of these features work when you use the microphone with the USB cable. If you use the XLR connector, the microphone just works directly from the mic capsule to your own preamp in your audio interface or whatever you're connecting it to, or mixing console. So when you use the USB-C cable, USB-C cable sends sound and then powers all of the internal circuitry, and then all of this works. This microphone has got an AI active noise cancellation. I think that's how Nearstream says it, but basically takes out background noise with from your audio without really affecting your sound. I've got this computer here that I'm recording with. They connected this microphone to it, and it's got a terrible fan really going. It's an old computer, it basically works, so I still have it around. So if I turn off the noise cancellation, which is, there's a mute button on top here. If I hold the mute button, basically turns off the noise cancellation, and then this blue LED becomes yellow. We'll probably see how that works. Hold this. I've got our yellow LED here and noise cancellation is turned off. Last time when I played back, I could really tell the difference. I just feel it exaggerates the noise a little bit, but the noise is there anyway. So, and the good thing is the noise cancellation works, turn it back on, without really affecting your voice. It's got some gates to it from what I can hear, and really helps you clean the audio a little bit more without really affecting the voice a lot. Some AI noise cancellation out there, they're really terrible in terms of finding the right balance between taking out background noise and then taking out some good frequency band from your own voice, making you sound more AI-ish. But this does a good job at that. Now, without holding the mute button, if you tap it just once, it mutes the microphone, and the blue LED or yellow LED, if the noise cancellation is turned off, becomes red. So yeah, muted and not muted. Now the bottom, there's a shape here which is the bottom button. Everything is just touch, not really a button, but you just touch it. That basically turns this from microphone mode into monitoring mode. This knob with what we currently have here adjusts the gain of the microphone, kind of obvious already. But one good thing about this microphone is underneath it also has a headphone jack, 3.5mm headphone jack. So you can plug your headphone and then not only listen to yourself, you'll be able to hear your voice, you're able to listen to playback or listen to whatever is coming out from your phone or your computer, depending on what you connected this microphone to, which is really good because you can use this as a standalone device to do like conference calls or do meetings or webinars or whatever you want. If you connect this into your phone or into your computer, for example, and say you're doing a Teams meeting or a Zoom meeting, you can set this device as your microphone and also set this device as your headphone. And so you can keep your computer far away from you as long as the USB-C cable can get to, and just connect your headphones to the bottom of this. You can hear everyone else speaking from the other end of the meeting, and then hear your own voice when you're speaking. So it's really good as a standalone microphone and monitoring device. So when you tap this button here, I keep calling it button, but when you tap whatever is here, it turns this blue LED to green. just take some time and then changes back to blue. I don't know why it does that. It should stay green because I want to be in monitoring mode. Or if you have the noise cancellation off and this was originally yellow, if you still tap it, it turns it to green. And when it's green, you are now in monitoring mode, which simply means this knob no longer becomes your microphone gain control. It now becomes control for the playback or whatever is coming from the computer, which I find pretty neat because I don't have to reach out to my computer every time if I'm listening to music or whatever it is with this microphone. I just have the control for my own microphone gain and the volume of what is being played back. So I think it's a really nice touch and addition. It just annoys me that when you go to this mode, the monitoring mode, after a few seconds, it comes back to microphone mode and you can be in the middle of trying to adjust the volume of your playback device, switches back to microphone mode, and then you mess up with your microphone gain. So I think that's something Nearstream probably should work on. The build quality is good. It's a little plasticky. I don't want to tap it because I'm speaking to the microphone. It's a little bit plasticky, but it feels quite hard and sturdy as well. So I think it's okay. You can drop this thing, I believe, and it should be fine. And it's quite light. It's a really light microphone. It's not heavy at all. Comes standard with this metal desk mount. It's got a pad underneath so it doesn't scratch your desk, the top of your desk, which I think is a good addition. And the fact that it comes standard, it's not something you have to purchase separately. It's really good. You can also use a boom arm with the microphone because it's got all the right thread and connectors for it, but you have to buy your own boom arm rather separately. I think overall the microphone has a sleek look to it. It's really cool for people who are just coming to the content creation space because the standard podcast microphone, the Shure SM7B, is ridiculously expensive. I think it's over £300 or $300. So it's not something someone who just want to get into creating content with, say, your phone can get. And the Shure SM7B, except I think they've started making USB versions of it. They are basically XLR microphones, so you need a preamp or a USB audio interface for that microphone as well, and the cost piles up. But with something like this, you probably will get something good audio quality. By the way, if you haven't already noticed, the whole of this video has been with me speaking to this microphone, and I'll let you be the judge of the audio quality yourself. But as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't sound too bad, even with the noise cancellation working right now, because I'm quite skeptical of using noise cancellation because it messes with the tonal quality of my voice. But this isn't that bad. It's really good. Now for a bit of a back-to-back audio test, I've got here the Shure SM58 vocal microphone, which is standard live audio microphone, and I just want to test how this AM25X sound compared to the Shure SM58. To make it a little bit fair, I've used the XLR connector on the Nearstream microphone because this is an XLR microphone as well. So I'll just swap the connector after testing this and then see how this sounds. Yep, so this is how the Nearstream microphone sounds using the XLR connector. It is a condenser microphone, so I've given 48 volt phantom power, and this is what a Shure microphone sounds like. Yeah, I'm handling this mic and this is on mic stand, but this is a dynamic microphone, so it's not the end of the world. I'll let you be the judge of which sounds better. Now let's talk about the AMIX40U, and this is where things get interesting. Now the AMIX40U is a portable audio mixer for podcasters, for guitarists, for singers, for live streamers, for producers, and I will even add for live audio engineers. Now before we continue, I just want to talk about the build quality of this thing. It's very cheap, feels very cheap. It's made up of plastic all through and it looks like cheap plastic in my opinion. Maybe not, it's just how I feel about it, and I'm kind of scared to drop this thing because it looks like it will crack if it hits the floor. However, if you can look past the build quality, I think this is a very interesting device because I've been using it for a while now for different stuff, and it's got like a huge or a wide range of use cases, even in live audio engineering. So first of all, it's got two XLR and jack combo inputs 1 and 2, so you can plug XLR microphones to it, you can plug jack connectors to it, so it accepts microphone level and line level signals, and it's got the 48 volt phantom power. I'm using this microphone plugged to input 1 at the moment, and I've got phantom power enabled, which you can get enabled via the switch here. and it's got a screen where it lights up blue for the phantom power, and it's also got a button here that says instrument. So this basically is for high impedance instruments like your guitar, acoustic guitar, bass guitar. You can plug it directly into one of these inputs without needing a DI box, which is very good. So if you hit input 2, for example, it lights up blue, and then you can increase the gain how much you want it. This rotary control, left is for reduction, right is for to increase. It's pretty straightforward. It does everything the rotary controls. And if you hit the input again, it's got EQ, just 3 stages of EQ: original, deep, and bright. I'll do it in input 1. So input 1, this is your gain control, which I'll probably not mess up with. And then there is the EQ. So the first one is original, which is what I'm speaking with. If I go deep, oh, that's bright. Yeah, so this is deep, sounds very deep with lots of low ends to it. And then if you go bright, it sounds like very airy and lots of top ends to it. So I'll keep it in original. Yes, another challenge I'm finding with this thing, which is part of, I think, is kind of like the build quality. If you just hit this thing around, some of these things tend to move themselves. Now I'm hitting this, yeah, the knob is just going bright. Oh no, it's just moving around. I don't like it moving around that way, so it's something you need to be aware of. If I hit the in button again, it gives me like 3 levels of denoise. So it's also has the AI noise cancellation that's present in this when you use the USB connection for this microphone. So 1, basically no denoise, or the least possible level. And then 2's got a little bit of denoise to it. I don't have my headphones on now, but when I tested this, which I believe you can hear at the moment, the denoise sounds very AI. It affects my voice a little bit, especially the 3. It's adds like a very hard gate, and I don't like it. So, but it's worth using if you've got noise in your sound as well. So I'll go back, and then if you go back to in, it gives you a little bit of reverb. So you've got, this is why it's quite good for singers. You can add some reverb, so you can hear, and then less reverb, and then it goes back to your gain. You hit the home button to exit, and same thing for the input too. So this is all right. You can plug your guitar, for example, if you're a singer who plays the guitar. You can plug your guitar to one for practice and plug your vocals to the other one. Give yourself some bit of reverb, play with the EQ if you want, and it's a good show for you. Now, other than these 2 inputs, it's got 3 other stereo inputs, which is really good. The first stereo input comes from this port here, which is an auxiliary port. They're kind of like music playback devices. I think that's what they're meant for, but I believe you can use it for way more than that. So you can plug the input from whatever it is, maybe a headphone connector or an aux input. You can even send input from your mixing console to an aux 3/4 1/8 inch or 3.5 mm jack into this and get music. And then then the OTG USB connector at the back, which we'll get to in a bit. You can also get music playback devices from your computer or your mobile phone that you plugging this into it as well. So that's the fourth and the third and the fourth input. And the last input is Bluetooth. You can also get Bluetooth into this, and then you control of that using this BGM, which I believe means background music. So if you hit BGM, you've got volume control, gain control for your USB. So whatever playback you're getting through this USB connector, this is the gain control for it. And if you hit BGM again, becomes gain control for your Bluetooth. And then if you hit BGM again, becomes gain control for your aux, which is what is being plugged into this auxiliary port here. And then if you hit it again, it goes back to USB. If you hit home, you exit the gain control, so you don't accidentally mess up with anything when you hit this gain knob, which is really good. And then if you hit the out here, this is the output volume for everything here that is being sent out to your output. I'll come to the back in a bit. And then if you hit the out again, it's got control for headphones 1 here. That's level control for headphones 1. And you hit it again, it's got level control for headphone 2. And then if you hit it again, it goes back to out and then home. For the headphones, you've got 2 headphones here, so which is really good. I don't know why you need two, but I love the fact they have two. So you got two headphone port here. You got a knob here that selects what you want to hear. So if you go all the way to the right, what you're listening to will be hardware, which is exactly what is coming into input 1 and input 2. So if you plug anything, like I've plugged my microphone and have all the way to the right, this all the way to the right for hardware, what I'm going to be hearing is going to be my voice. This is good because it doesn't have the latency that this microphone has. It's kind of like direct monitoring, and it's really, really good. Then if you go all the way to the left, it's software, so you listen to everything that comes into it through the other three stereo inputs. So what comes in through this, the playback from the computer, the Bluetooth, as well as this aux, because it's software as well, so you listen. Now if you put this somewhere in the middle, you have a blend between what you hear from these two inputs, which is your hardware input, and what you can listen to from your software input as well. Yeah, let me just go to the back. So you've got two line outputs left and right that you can connect to, say, an amplifier or a speaker or whatever it is, because this is a portable mixer. And then you've got another 1/8 or 3.5 mm, 1/8 inch or 3.5 mm jack for an output to a monitor, or, which is why this is interesting, you can connect this to, say, a camera, and if you're live streaming with your camera directly, or you just want to get your audio into your camera and you have a professional microphone that's like a live sound grade microphone that uses XLR, you can use this and convert the XLR straight into your camera using this port. You don't really have to record separately into a DAW and then join the audio with the video in post-production. You can use this, connect straight to the audio input in your camera, which is quite good. It's got a USB OTG here. OTG simply means on the go, so it simply means you can connect this to a mobile phone. I have, and it's really good. It works really good. And I think the thing is with this connected to a mobile phone, because it draws a lot of power. I tried it. My phone told me that accessory is not supported because it draws a lot of power or requires too much power, but still seems to work. It just drains my battery way faster than I'd want it to. Not like ridiculous, it's fine. But I think with that, then you have to have like another power source in here just to support this, especially if you're using a phantom powered microphone with your mobile phone and you connect it to this. It works for me. It gives 48 volt phantom power, which is really, really interesting and cool. I love it. But I think if you have another power source connected to this port here, this DC in, then you have sufficient power for whatever you need without draining your phone battery all the way. I think these are really necessary. Here, this LB switch here, which is the loop back, basically because what goes out to your output by default, if the loop back is not enabled, is what comes into your hardware inputs, which is your in 1 and in 2. And so what the playback, you won't hear it from your output, or even if you're recording via this, you won't hear the playback. You wouldn't hear what's coming out from the aux and the Bluetooth. You're not going to hear it. But if you enable the loop back, it lights up on the screen LB, and then you're able to hear the hardware input as well as the software inputs, which is everything from the music playback, the aux connection, and the Bluetooth connection. And the interesting bit is that you can listen to all 5 inputs at the same time, mix them in real time at the same time, and hear everything. And I think that's really, really interesting. It's got an FX here, which is a Docker. It works with the BGM. So if I hit background music here and hit FX, you see a Docker on top. So whatever I'm playing in terms of background music through these three, the Bluetooth, this playback device, and the aux port, is going to be, the gain is going to be reduced automatically when it senses inputs coming into the main input. So if I'm playing music on the background using the aux input, for example, which I should do. So yes, I've got the headphone port of this tablet connected to the aux input of this mixer. The Docker is active, and I'll play music and start talking, and you hear how the volume of the music kind of comes down. That's basically what the Docker is. And when I stop speaking, the volume goes back to what it was. Yeah, so that was our music. I'll start talking now, and it kind of brings the volume down. It's giving like radio vibe. It's not exactly the best. It's, yeah, it comes down takes a while to bring down the volume, takes a while to come back up, and sometimes it comes back up when you're still speaking. So yeah, I don't know whether you use that. If you will, great, but it's a feature that it has. Turn that off for now. Now I find this mixer really interesting because it has a ton of use cases. I talked about connecting, say, guitar into one of these, the in-one, and say your microphone into do what you want to do, add reverb and do your rehearsal if you want. And this is really great for replacing something like a headphone amplifier for in-ear monitors. My church, we've got the Behringer P1 where we send to a stereo output from the stage box into, and this is really good because you can send the stereo output into in one and in two, and have the headphone ports. The musicians use the headphone ports to listen to their mix, and then connect this into their mobile phone to record, because I think it replaces the iRig, which is a device that I think our bass guitar just bought because he wanted to record himself on his phone and then be able to get the clean audio of his own live stream, of his own in-ear monitor, and mix them together and put online. I think with this you're able to do everything, connect this directly to your phone, so you record the right audio directly from your stage box of your in-ear mix, and then straight into your video. You don't even have to do anything in post-production, which is really good. And the fact that it connects to a mobile phone, I find that really, really interesting. I think even for like a very small event of maybe someone's speaking, you've got two microphones in speaking events, a conference, you can connect the two microphones into input one and input two, connect your music playback device that you're going to be using in between speakers or whatever it is into one of these auxiliary, mix them with this thing. Yes, you can actually mix it with this, connect this into a power bank or maybe a phone charger or whatever to power this, and your output you connect to your amplifier or directly into your speaker, and you've got your mixer in this very little package. As a matter of fact, it's as tall as my phone. This is the iPhone 11, and it's just a little bit thick, just thicker than it. Well, not a little bit thicker, it's quite thicker than the phone, but you get what I mean. It's a very small thing that you can throw into your bag and you do like a lot of things with it. You can have like two inputs here, have for rehearsal, for example, have your instrument connected to one, your vocal connected to another one. You can connect your a stem from a DAW, whatever it is, via the USB connection here, playback. You can connect whatever it is, maybe any other music playback device, to the aux connector. You still have Bluetooth inputs to do whatever you want to do with it. I mean, it's really packed properly. What I really don't like is the bass quality, how a few of these things are quite like, it's not, especially this knob, it's not the sturdiest knob. Any little shake, it's quite shaky, and any little thing you can mess up with things. So if you mistakenly press in one, for example, and you don't hit home to get out of in one, you can mess up with your gain without even knowing. So it's good to just make sure everything is out of the way, and when you play with this, or this kind of has a mind of its own, when this happens, you're sure that none of your settings has been changed. Another thing I'm not very comfortable with is this software and hardware. It's fine if you're listening to just software, so hard left, or if you're listening to just hardware, which is everything that's coming in here. But if you want to listen to both of them together and you're finding a sweet spot, it's almost like you're getting the worst of both worlds. It's not the mix that this knob gives you in your own headphone monitoring. It's not the best, in my opinion. Another thing I would like is there are no level controls, no level meters or monitoring on this screen. It's just your controls, but you can easily run your microphone to clipping. You can start clipping or distortion. Basically, this is a digital device, so it clips. Your microphone can start clipping without you even knowing, and it sounds terrible without seeing any level meter. Even if it's an output level meter, I think would have been great if we had one. But other than that, I think it's a good product to just have. For me as a sound engineer, it's going to be permanently in my bag. And if I need anything, go to an event and I'm doing in-ear monitor using cables and a headphone amplifier, and the musician is keen to record his mix to his mobile phone while doing a video, then this is perfect for that, and a few other things, or for small shows, conference of 2 microphones and 1 music playback device. This is really perfect for that. And yeah, I advise you try it out. If you're interested in any of this product, I'll put a link to it in my description, and you should check it out. I think they're always putting out discount for this, and hopefully I'll get a discount code as well, which you also find in the description as well. Thank you very much for sticking around till the end of this video. Please like this video if you found it useful, and subscribe. And if you want to reach out to me for anything, please you go to my website kelviniraganoma.com. It's going to be linked in the description as well, and I'll be grateful and glad to help you out with any of your needs. Thank you once again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.